So, guys, I woke up this morning and I feel like let me do something different that I usually do. So, I went to KFC. This video is not sponsored by anyone, it's sponsored by Creekboi's followers and lovers who love me so much. Back to the story. So, every time I shoot videos around the central of Victoria, I see a lot of people who are homeless.
A little
So I thought
kindness can
about
amend a
not
broken
shooting
heart.
today. Let me buy food for these people. And the way I want to do it is going to be more or less like a surprise. It's not because I have a lot, but I feel like this is just a little way for me to give back to the community. So the idea is to buy at least 6 people lunch for the day who are not expecting food from anywhere. So the idea is to go back to where I've been shooting for the past 5 days. So I went there and I started looking around. So I have to first of all check who actually needs the food. So the idea is we don't have to let them know. We have to secretly drop the food and walk away quietly and want to watch how would their reaction when they find that they saw a food from nowhere. This video is not to disrespect anyone. This video is to educate people that a little kindness can amend a broken heart. You don't necessarily have to have a lot for you to show love or for you to show kindness. With the little you have, you can always impact in people's life. So we dropped the food and we left for a while. So, like I said, we have to keep the food there for a while. We have to wait and see their reaction when they wake up. It took us some hours just to be patient, waiting. And he saw the food and he clapped first. Seems it was actually praying for God to bring or send a helper because this is what he has been praying for. The funniest thing is, why did he clap when he saw the food? That's just what amazing. And he got the food, and we still have to wait to see his reaction at the end of the day. I think he has to go back to his sleep just to meditate a bit. I don't know. But then, so we left to distribute food for others. We can't wait. On our way coming back, we already seeing him eating the food. And one thing that triggered me is I saw that he was feeding the birds with what the little he has. This is kindness. This is to show that people actually care. Like, if he can, the little he has and he can give, it's a big example to all of us. We can always give from the little we have. You don't necessarily have to have a lot before you can give. A little kindness can amend a broken heart. He's happy and he's feel refreshed. I just want them to believe that miracle really exists. Never you judge a book by its cover. Sometimes the clothes we wear hide us from the problem we are going through. I saw this guy sleeping on the floor, and an instinct told me to drop the food, and I did. Trust Square is a place where people can go there to relax, so you never can know who is in need and who is not in need. But my instinct directed me rightly. So by the time I dropped the food, he woke up and I think he was about to leave. And on his way trying to stand up, he turned around and he saw something. And then he, just like this is what he's been waiting for us praying about. And immediately he took the food. Like I said earlier, I do not want thanks or appreciation from the people who are receiving this food. Hence, we do not want them to see us, whoever drops the food. I just want them to believe that miracle really exists. You understand? So, hence, we drop the food, we stay from afar just to watch them take the food and eat. But it seems like these people who got this food at this particular day, food are major problem for them. Some of us, we have shelter in our houses, we have a lot of food, and some people out there are only just praying to have a meal. So a little kindness can really amend a broken heart. Create the change that you want to see. Do not judge the book by its cover. Always show love and spread happiness around you. How he appreciates God after receiving the food. My quest is to go about to look for those who are not expecting food for the day, to drop food for them in form of a surprise. So before I dropped this food this time, I had to look carefully because this guy was actually dressing nicely. So I wanted to be sure if he's the right person that needs the food. The idea is not just to go about distributing food. The idea is to give to those who we think or know that they may appreciate or they actually need this. So I quietly drop the food and tell the camera guys to leave for us to stay from a distance to look him how he would react when he gets the food. And what he did next was really an amazing for me because the good book said, "He that is faithful in little will be faithful in much." One other thing why we decided to wait to the end is because sometimes when we distribute food like this, these people take this food and resell them. And this guy has to look around who drops the food, and if you can hear him appreciating those that are passing by because he never knew or saw who dropped the food. But he keeps thanking God and appreciating God for the food that he saw, and he opened it and saw it like it's fresh, and he saw the camera guy in front of him and he smiled. The smile alone means that a little kindness can amend a broken heart. If you see this video, let this video inspire you that the little you have can actually change the next person's life. Share love and be. Today was not like every other day. I was caught trying to drop food for these guys. Back to the story. Remember, the idea of this is to drop the food and allow the people not to know whoever drops the food. But today I was caught. And one thing that surprises me is it was supposed to be one person, but I found two people there. But I didn't know what to do. I have to quickly stop to go get food, extra food, so that it can be for both of them. So I continued dropping the food and I feel something wasn't right. I think the process in which I was trying to be more careful, I wasn't careful enough. I think there was a noise somewhere and I realized that one of the guys started, then I ran back because I don't want them to see me. One of them realizes that they found food, but I don't know, but he knew, okay, this is what has happened. But he was trying to process it, but then I had to wait again from afar for them to go back to their sleep. I could have just woke them up and dropped the what is left in my hand, but remember the idea is not to allow these people to see whoever that drops the food because we don't want to take the thanks and we don't want people to feel bad. So the idea is to drop the food. So I went back secretly again to drop the food, not knowing that one of the guys was waiting. Maybe he was feeling that somebody would come back and he saw me and I ran away. And but then it was already too late. He already saw me. I had to just come to him and just say, this is for you guys. We were short of food, but if you see the other guy was still sleeping. But we just talked and I just encouraged them and I asked him to wait the other guy and he did. And they thanked me. I left, and from afar, we saw them. They woke up and they started eating, just as if this was what they were waiting for. Sometimes you never can know what people are actually going through. The position you are, you could be a savior or you could be a help to someone who is in need. The change that you want to see begins with you. Create the change that you want to see. A little kindness can amend a broken heart. This could be what they were waiting for. I never can know. But one thing is sure, this will put a smile on your face. Share love, share kindness, because this is the word we need. He that have three should share one. That has been my reason for doing what I'm doing because I feel like I can afford the everyday food. So my idea is to go about giving food to those who I feel or think that may have difficulties to afford a basic meal. As a content creator, when I visit a particular location after I finish shooting, my idea is to check the people around where I can impact the community with the little I can afford. This is not to show because I am rich or I have a lot, but I know I can afford the basic meal. If I can afford, then I should be able to think about those who cannot afford. This video is not to disrespect anyone. This video is to explain the simple meaning. He that wants to see a change must start creating the change by himself. A little kindness can amend a broken heart. So after dropping the food, I had to go back from afar just to see if he's going to take the food. I have come to understand that a little kindness can really amend a broken heart. If you have a position to change a person's life or put a smile on a person's face, don't hesitate, don't wait. For you, you would think it's a little gift. For them, it means a lot. I took my time to wait and I see how these guys always enjoy the meal or take their drink, and it gives me a refreshing heart because I know if they are refreshed, that means the purpose of this video is fulfilled. If you see this video, let this video inspire you that a little kindness can amend a broken heart. You can create the change you want to see.